Got to restart the cameras for a minute because this is going to be hilarious. Yeah, this is probably going to be the most exciting thing of the episode. Me crashing and burning, trying to take the double trailer that we've got to come around here. That's going to be a bit. Let's go plenty down the road. Yeah, we need to give it loads of swing space. I don't want to crash and burn without at least trying to do this properly. So it's you. I think the fence. We need to move you out of the way. I think we can. You can probably do this. It is a long trailer though, so this one, this is sort of also might crash and burn a bit, but I can sort of like squidge a bit closer to that, then it might actually succeed. But it is a very long trailer. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's my absolute all-time favourite. Yeah. It is, it's true. No, I've loved this all the way through every single iteration of FS that it's been here. Was it an FS19? I can't remember. Oh, we did it. Wow. Yeah, now that was relatively easy. The next bit, this is going to be tricky. We need to give myself a bit more swingy though. Probably would have been best if I did that with the fen. Yeah, I just had to have a go at this. Now, of course, it does bend in the middle, so it may work. Might have been better to use the Orion. Although this is a really good steerer anyway, so you don't get much better than the Massey, even the bigger ones. They're still more like a medium tractor than a biggie. So we need to really pull heavily to the right so that we've got the most. But it's got a long drawbar as well, just to add insult to injury. It's got a very long drawbar. Yeah, I think we might need the telehandler's help again, but I'm going to really, really scrunch to the hedge. Just, it might... Ooh, defeat by the post. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. Ooh. Ooh, you did it. Wow, no help from the telehandler. See, that's what a Massey does for you. Right, I'm going to stop the cameras. I just wanted to sort of show you because I thought, well, I wasn't sure if this, a lot of them in FS22, you couldn't do that. They didn't do the hitches. They did them just for their vehicle, or they were low hitches or whatever. But Caesarius, you can rely on him always to do a cracking job on his mods. Right, and on that note, hopefully see you next session. Hello and welcome. Right, we are... Yeah, we're not doing terribly well for money. That's because we've literally bought half the shop out here. We really have gone very, very low due to the things that we bought. But it is sort of good for the future. Unfortunately, not so good for right now. Yeah, so yeah, we're down to a Kongskildy back, and we're going to have to use my mower a little while. Now it is in 11 meters, so it's not the end of the world, but yeah, I can't even dare afford to like put the feelers out for a Kongskildy because we're right down to 111,000. So, but I do believe it's, yeah, we can't do anything. We've only got one field. All we can do is literally push on because the grass is not ready yet. So that's quite capable just about of managing that. Got the windrower. We can go old school until we can afford the Kongskildy, the biggie, and then, yeah, it's going to be good fun, I would imagine, because we really will have a cracking set of grass equipment, and then we'll also stick the back thing onto the, so that we can have the Anderson as well as bale. I might do that myself, because it'll be one job instead of like two, which is quite brilliant. Yeah, but we need to put the arms on the back of that. The Anderson is just on the roadside behind us somewhere. I left it because like, we were having like all manner of issues with the workers keep moaning and bumping into each other. Yeah, I've got a few bits of equipment that need repairing, but unfortunately, we've not got the cash. No, we haven't. We're cash strapped, but equipment rich, you could say. It's definitely getting that way now. Yeah, and even tractors. I was going to say we need more tractors, but we just bought a tractor. That's partially why we're in the mess we're in. So yeah, let's go through. There's nothing. Let's just check the grass. I think we said September. We've got to do its second growth stage. So yeah, it'll be tomorrow. Well, third growth stage if you look at it like that. But yeah, so it'll be September, October, November. Yeah, so if you don't let it do that, you do it in October, you just get the one growth stage, and then it takes a couple of months and you lose a cut. So I'd sooner do second growth stage tomorrow morning, and so speed up till, yeah, then like do it in October and then lose. Yeah, I've got a couple of things we're searching for, but in a way I'm hoping we don't get them. We are getting little tick-ups. Now that is the biogas plant. Those little tiny tick-ups up on the hour. That's how bad it is on hard economy. Ooh, field 46. We're 7. We're fortunate. We couldn't help even if we wanted to. It's true. Yeah, 7 and 1, I believe we are. Yeah, we are. So we're good. And I do feel sorry for the farmer that obviously is having issues. We shall see what we have got. What is that, a good or a bad one? A $6,000. No, we're not going to break even. Yes, sir. You've noticed how often that actually appears, though. It's crazy. So we've got the A. I love this as well. It's a beautiful. I keep threatening, and I would like to actually, yeah, do something about this. Like we had the AB in the last game as well. So we don't have anything on that. So not a lot. Typical when you've not got a lot of cash. But in a way, I suppose you could sort of say, now if we don't need a roller. That's a shame, because actually that's a really good bit of kit. It is. Yeah, so tractors, I think we're not far off, because we've got like the big Fen, we've got that 465 or 435 horsepower, we've got the 425 Massey, so there's 3 large tractors now. We've got the 250 by Hispano, yeah, that beautiful IWB or whatever it is, and you, 68 grand, so 8 grand profit, so... Yeah, that there is beautiful for 12. It is a really cracking price. Can we buy some else? No, we're right down to 111. We made 20 grand profit. So let's go through till tomorrow morning, where we will be cutting the grass. And I would imagine actually that, yeah, we need to upgrade the 160 horsepower to 180 so that it can do the mowing a little bit quicker. Because obviously now we're down to 1 as well. Yeah, not bad. It was 6 grand as well at the biogas plant overnight, or some of that was actually the natural tick up. So we've got that, and just 1 item today at that. Anything that we want, we've got to just save up cash. That's close, but not enough. That's the only thing we've actually got that we can actually sell. So yeah, you win some, you lose some. That's what I'm saying. It is an unpredictable thing. You can't rely on it. It really is. You know, now it's nice to see the shop front so clear. Well, when I say that, we're hiding around the corner now, but it's definitely better than it has been in the past. So right, it's raining. We need to clear the rain out. Okay. So when is that? Going to stop then. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's speed up until we finish the rain. I nearly burst into song then. That's another thing that's quite good though, is the fact that the rain can go on. It was a bit... Under Giants, it was a little bit temperamental in so much as it really did often end a little bit too quickly. You know, like almost like it's a farming game, and that's my point. Yeah, that is. This? Yeah, no, we did change it, so we won first and go. And yeah, so we've got. I'd like to just see how fast he is actually. She is actually. No, I was right first time. But actually, there's some of the clothes are very similar. There's a lady who's also got a very similar shirt and top to this gentleman. In fact, there are about 3 characters that are very similar. If you just sort of like that, you can't really tell which one of them it is. But now I see it definitely is the Asian gentleman. It's come all the way from Hutan Pantai. Right, I think it's time for a time lapse. It is, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. This seems a little bit like the Bale Wars, because it looks like you've got to have G866 mods for G866 balers and BB mods for BB mods. Yeah, they don't seem to cross over. Now, I thought I'd actually had the BB mods with this, so that means we either got to like switch to G866 mods, but I don't think he's got the hitches on, which means we really need to go for the BB mods. Really? Which just means we need to sell the Anderson we've got and order a BB mod swap, which I didn't realise it was like, because obviously that's why I checked in the middle of the session to think, well, hang on, it isn't up to 189, so why can we not have a 183? Obviously it's not supported, the size is not supported by G866 mods, whereas obviously B mods has, I don't know what happens cosplay work. Apart from I ran out in front of it, I think that was what did it. So obviously only for we half of the just goes to show how much the growth stage. One growth stage makes half of the actual bait. That's a big loss really. But then again, it's better than losing the whole thing. That's what I mean. It's not totally terrible. It's better than like literally not having any. We've got half of what we should, what we had last time. So let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I think I would say you're supposed to be able to buy these. There's also, you may have noticed in the time lapse, or you may not. Let's have a look how much water. I would imagine we've got through quite a bit. Yes, we have 210,000 litres. Yeah, there's a barbed wire over the gateway. I'll show you what I mean. Can we run down there? It's a long way to run. It's probably quicker. We need to stick a bit of a super speedy on and race over and just show you what I mean. Yeah, so there's just a few telltale, and again, I'm not, this thing happens, it does, but what I'm just sort of saying, yeah, there's a bit of barbed wire. I was like wondering what is stopping me, and then I thought, oh, hang on, isn't there something in the way? There is indeed a little bit of barbed wire. Yeah, little tiny things, which I know are going to get... So it must be a very new map, and I must have actually missed this a lot. Yeah, because that kind of error is sort of like a, I'd imagine, yeah, right at the beginning of the map. So right, we're nearly done. So let's grab our Anderson, run it down, and sell it, and grab another Anderson. Yeah. Let's grab the Massey, who hasn't seen much action. Yeah, we now have got quite a good amount of tractors, to be honest. Would like to upgrade the 160 to a 180 though. I don't think it's too much, but our cash is a bit stinging. I'm not sure. I can't remember how much this was. But we'll yeah, order one of the BB mods, being as it's you can't have this from G866 mods. Yeah, I'm a bit shocked by that. So it's sort of like you've got to choose. Well, I suppose once you know, you know. You know, now I know that I would only buy this if I was a G866 mods. It does make things a bit more awkward though. Ooh, what was that? I have no idea. We didn't repair it, so in a way, I'm glad. So you could say we've just trialed it, and it didn't work. So we're returning it. Oh. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, that is. Yeah, I was a bit shocked. The other thing is that I could have sworn we dropped a bale before that bale, and I was scratching my head as I was going around the fifth. I thought, I'm sure we dropped another bale. So I'm sure. Wow, there is a way to actually tell. We did 4 bales then. I could have sworn there was another bale. How many bales? No, only 4. No. It is only 4 in the session. That's what we put in. So very strange. Could have been the when it does that thing, the pre-chamber. I might have just seen that drop. Could have been that. Bash into that yellow bit metal. So what I'm saying is this must be a very, very... Ooh. Now that we need to like get a bit clever, don't we? Can we sort of like do that? I think we're gonna have to like do a trick of lifting that whilst going forwards like that. You do learn a few tricks. Oh wow, it was very cheap. It was. That's why I was like quite nicely surprised by it, but obviously it was cheap, but it was not terribly cheerful. Right, so let's grab for the BB mods one. I mean, as in order one. Yeah, I'm not meaning we're going to break the rules. We're going to like play by the rules. We are. I'm not. Yeah, it's weird. Frithguy used to make rules on his Let's Plays, and he used to be a terror for breaking them. I just think if you're going to make a rule, you've got to stick to it. Yeah, otherwise people sort of. I mean, he got away with it because it was just his kind of. It's his character, but I wouldn't. So yeah, we need to go for this one. Yeah, so we need to find used, continue a search. So 125 to 189. So why would that? They're also 121 to 189. I don't get why that said it couldn't support it. It picks up grass bales. It picks up those sizes. I don't get what it was on about. Do you have to set it? Have I been silly? Is it that you have to... I can't recall ever setting one before. I'm sure it's just... Yeah, I'm sure I've never set one. I'm beginning to second guess now. I'm sure every time I've used one of the G866 mods, it's just worked. Sure it has. But not so sure. I need to check now. Yeah, ooh, we're going up nicely on the hour. Nope, that is it. Ooh. The crossflow. We are going for the Kong Skilly. I like this mower, but I don't like this mower. Yeah, it's a pain because you've always got to stretch its arms out every single time. Yeah, I did it all the way through FS22 and I never realised that. I remember on Rhombus I had 2 or 3 of them, and I thought, how come this mower says it's 10 metre and I had to alter my width to 9.6 or something like that, or 9.4 to actually get the, you know, that, so that it got all of the. And then I realised one time I actually sort of saw the knuckles and like did. Now, are these going to go through? It should on the telehandler. It's a little low. Not sure on a tractor it would. Ooh, wow. Yeah, so I prefer the Hispano one. I do. I'm not keen on. Again, it's faffy, and that's what I'm saying. That kind of faffiness that stops you doing your job. That's the kind of thing I'm not a massive fan of. So let's go through till October morning. Yeah, I'm hoping that we got. Well, I think we bought equipment more than anything so far. That is our flaw, or no, it's not a flaw. I think, to be honest, equipment's your first port of call, I think, personally, and we have done very well. So, we might. We won't. We definitely won't get up to that, but we might. Yeah, 28. Yeah, we did say that we could like do just a little bit under. Yeah, because we're not trying to hit ourselves over the head with it and say, oh, it's not quite. You know, no, that's a big. That is big. No, yeah. 24. That is a beautiful price as well, actually. Horsepower 200. Only 200 horsepower for that. That is not too terrible. And you too. And even you. Now, it depends. Oh, no, this is one. Yeah, I think the beacon light we can get rid of, I think. No, we can't. I'm sure you can switch them off. Oh, you can't. Okay. I think the tyres, they're yeah, I think these have got to have the 1,000. I don't think you. Yeah, I think all of them you've got to pay for them. But it's not like the nasty one that we will get away with. It's definitely a different colour. So this is where you can grab a tractor and grab 2 things at once, which is quite amazing. I mean, not that the. Yeah, I mean, really. Yeah, the telehandler can also do the same, but obviously we're not selling the telehandler. Yeah, it is very unique colours for the fence. I've got to be honest, the random computer-generated colours are a little bit icky. They are very icky, that is true. There's no denying this fact, that the colour, yeah, it's quite strange, because obviously I have sometimes just kept the colours. And I did get a comment from one of the viewers once to say, your choice of colours is really awful. And I thought, well, it's not always my choice of colours. Sometimes it's the fact that I just sillily keep the colours that are on the actual thing. Although it is true that we've all got, I like black and red together, as you can see from the tractors. And most of my other kit, the Amity stuff, is also black and red. So that is my tendency to like that. And again, it's not for everybody. Yeah, it's like Mr. Silly P's green, puce green. Yeah, it's not everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea. No, we're not quite going to do it. Oh, that's a bit of a shocker. It's a bit of a shame, that is, really. I doubt they'll be here at 3 o'clock. But you can sometimes get them. All depends what we get. It's all the luck of the draw, unless we've got something we wish to sell. And we don't. No, I don't wish to sell anything. No, I'm not willing to sacrifice anybody or anything that we've got to gain a little bit, because we're just getting up to a reasonable amount. So let's go through to, yeah, there's nothing we can do. That's the last cut. And being as the farm is as small as it is, I like this because it's just good traction. You just like flow through the years very, very quickly at this stage of the game where you've only got your one field. It's quite a big field though. Yeah, but I'm glad when I get out of this. Zilonka was really, really bad. Yeah, because that took us years to actually sort of a 1 field a year or something like that. It was hard economy. It was at the beginning. It was really, really scratchy. Ever so tough. So we can... Oh, we could actually. That is true. I was right, though, about the losing the... We've lost one of them. The one that we could have afforded. Typically. The one we can't afford, we've not lost. Go figure. Is that not... it's sucky. Definitely sucky, but it's about c'est la vie, as the old saying goes. But you can sort of see, as I said, that how random the sales are with sale find used items. You can get like 3 things in a day, or you can take 4 months to find one item. It is totally random. And the little Massey, which we've... oh, and the Stroutman. Yeah, with Stroutman as well. Little, it is the little. Is this 230 max? 130, sorry, not 230. Yeah. I've had that as the lead tractor on Frontier. Yeah, it's a plucky little thing, to be honest. I'd never underestimate a Massey. They really are beautiful bits of kit. Just thinking that's a bit tight. Ooh, did it catch on something? No. Oh, I think I probably could have caught on that court. No, I haven't. I'm sure that it felt like it caught something. Fantastic. Excellent. Now that was quick. So we unfortunately miss out on the big foot. That isn't that typical. If we'd have had the other one, we'd have just about done it. Very, very close, though. So let's go through till tomorrow. Is there anything we can do? Not really. No, the good thing is that when it's like this, obviously we've got our one product which is selling to the biogas plant, which is bringing us a little bit of outlet, but it's not going to be for much longer. Ooh, now we have got a few things this time. We could do with another liquid tanker, but we've had chances of like things. Do we allow that one? Is that close enough? We said 2,000. We'll sail as close to that as to the wind. Let's have a look at that as well. No, that's that one we're going to lose on. Yeah, so these two, we don't want that. And do we go for that? That is a good price for the... Yeah, that's the bigger of them. That's 199 grand normally. The Metentis. Does that do potatoes as well? Is that... It is the new vegetable harvester. Yes. That's not a bad little thing, actually. But if we're going into normal harvest... Well, we could keep it for a while and see... is what I'm thinking. It's a good price. I mean, most of the money's sunk in this. Of course, it will take a little bit off. I'm trying not to do vegetables every single time though, because obviously I love the vegetables, but oh, that's going to be a bit close to the... Yeah, ooh, we can do it just past his. So it's still 2:39. I think we could sort of cope with that. Let's go through till 3 o'clock. I'm just trying to whiz through this. I do like the stipulations we've put on this. Obviously, that filtering out of the lower things means you can be much, much quicker. Which, when you're sort of asking people to come and have a look at Let's Play, and there's a lot of this going on, ooh, you want it to be quick, really, don't you? So one of our items has come through. Which one? Aha, the BB mods. Oh, and the silver. 2 things at once. Excellent. This is a nice lorry, actually. It is, with its option of a rear hitch. So, but we will, at the minute, we were now trying to rebuild our finances due to somebody. And now, of course, we've got these 2 things. Now, that's a good price, too. I'm looking forward to using that by Agrotono. Attaches. Standard adjustable hitch. Yes, we did want the idea of that. Top hitch. Gooseneck. I think 5th wheel. I think to make it into a bit of a lorry. I used to do that with the H2 Studios one. It's on a little map like this. It means you've got the ability to have those as well. That's a good price. As I said, I find them a bit lackluster. I do. There's not. If there was an 18-foot and the old fertilizer spreader, I might be sort of tempted. But I'm just like, oh, it's just basically, you know, trailers, and I could have that without the faffing around of dropping it down, picking it up, changing it over all the time. So yeah, we will have that though. So I think, all things considered, do we do the vegetable harvest? I think we'll keep hold of it. It's useful, and you never know. Still need the Kongskilde. We didn't order it. I knew there was something left to do on the session. I thought I've got to do that. We've not even ordered it yet, so let's do that now. Wally. No, it's true. I knew we'd not got much cash at the time when I said it, and I thought, oh no, we can't do that. So, and them is the rules. So continuous search, yes. I mean, the other thing is, obviously, if we decide that we get something like potatoes, and we think, yeah, we're going to potatoes, then of course we can sell the harvester. Let's put that back on. I'd like to stick the back on this. Now, does this need the bigger, longer thing? Obviously, this is the first time I've ever used this. I would imagine if we've gone for the longer back, it needs the longer back. I'd imagine. I don't know. I know, would imagine, right. Yeah, so we need the longer back if you're going to go for the longer back, which is a certain amount of sense there, really. But it is a game, so repair, yes, and customize. So we do indeed need the fender suspension step, windows, exhaust, extra, interior center, axle width. No, that's width. Yeah, I'm happy. Gasoline, diesel, attaches standard. Oh, long chassis. That's it. Yeah, that's what we need. Fantastic. So we should now be in business. It's a nice looking vehicle. That's more like it. So reminds me of A2 Studios. I used to love that. I was so how do you adjust the hitch? I am intrigued. Both? I think it must auto adjust. I can't actually see anything at all to do with. Yeah, so I think it must automatically just. I think what it means is it's like one of mine. It's got all of the attachers on that, basically. Yeah, I think the adjustment will be automatic. Don't know. Ooh, it's a bit of a beast. Agrotono, it's a bit. I think I'm gonna be probably buying this regularly. Yay! Oh, and the electrics too. Excellent. Now, this is something that has to go on a low loader on an English map. I'm not even sure if we need it airlifting in, because I can't see how we'd get this to our fields other than having a helicopter take you over to our farm. Yeah, that's true. And The other thing is, at present, we do not have any store deliveries, so how this is going to happen at present, I'm not sure. Yeah, we might have to lease a low loader. I still don't know how we'd actually do it. I did have dreams. I have sort of half done it of sticking it on its side. I was trying to do a contraption where this could lift up with a ram at the sides and push itself over, and then I could lift it with a telehandler sideways. I'm just not quite sure how to do it, because it can be long. It's quite long this way. It's very wide this way, so you could, like height-wise, manage to stick that on its side if you could somehow lift it here. It was my thing, and then a telehandler could just push it onto a trailer. Now I was trying to invent a special trailer, which, let me just save the game because I'm not sure how volatile this is. Yeah, I know where it is. It's not totally... Oh, just done that again. My bad. It's not totally volatile, but it is volatile. It's in the low loaders. I had an idea of having a trailer that you could push over. I did say this. The game will only allow you to do certain things. So the harvester trailer is talking not about... But it just won't show it. It's got 2 sections that you should be able to push over. But you can see the game can't even render it. It doesn't know what I'm trying to do. It's only showing part of the trailer. And there is a second trailer that leans upwards with another set of wheels. I don't think the game is... It can't... There's only so much the mechanics will allow you to get away with of the game. Or, more likely, I don't know how to do it yet. Yeah, there could be a way. Some modders are just so advanced. And, yeah, I've not been well. I think if I'd have been better... Because I was moving from placeables to vehicles, but I've only felt well enough really to actually do my content and been doing a little bit of dabbling. So I've not learned a lot in the past few months, and I think... No, that went through. Yeah, so I don't really understand. Decals, main colour. No, there's no... sort of change to it. I don't think you can... Or, I mean, let's just have a look on this one. I'm sure everything's automatic with it. I'm sure there's no change side. Yeah, no, it's exactly as it's always been. Most of that's to do with the telehandler. But there's definitely not... Yeah, no, I always have it in there. I don't think it's not illegal on roads, is it really? But I mean, obviously we're playing a game, so I've never really quibbled about it. So we now can do the Anderson, which is brilliant. Yeah, so we'll go through, I think we'll go through till December morning. Well, I mean, we should go through to 8 o'clock first. 8 o'clock? 3 o'clock, in fact. If we don't speed time up too fast, that is. And whiz through till tomorrow morning. Fantastic. Alright, excellent. So then. It's only really, I think that's the rumble that was there already, yeah, where we're going to lose a fortune if we actually go for that. So there's only that. And this is what I'm saying, this is a bad day in the sales. I think this is the 200, yeah it is. Yeah, we'll... We've got plenty of that. As I say with the masses, you can't really tell by the look how powerful they are. You know, is that going to go through? Now, for things like this, I do have a trick. Yeah, because I don't think that's it. Well, we'll try it, but I don't think it's going to go through the doors in that position. And I would be right. Why are we making this difficult? We have a telehandler. That's can lift it in. Please don't make this any more difficult than it needs to be. And we do not need to faff around like that. We have a telehandler that can lift it sideways. It is true. It is true. There is a point there, definitely. Right, let's grab this. Ooh, didn't grab it. We did that time. Now, they don't like for you to turn them, you know, you got to like direct them, and because it's sort of scrunching on the ground a little bit. I think that's enough. Right, so we should go through till December morning, and I would imagine soon that all of our grass and that is... oh, now did we? No, we did fill it again. But it is probably advisable to have a look. Now we will... That's true, actually. Yeah, we haven't... the slurry yard. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is going to be quite tremendous. But I imagine... I cannot see any grass left. No, oh wow, I nearly filled that. So that is nice to know. So has that got any? No, so that is out. That's all of our business is gone. We'll go through till December morning, where I think that's all of our business is finished, and then we're going to put the slurry yard down. It is indeed 9 o'clock. We shall see if we find anything in the morning or whatever. Yeah, didn't earn much on the hourlies because there's nothing else to earn, really. We've literally done everything. So, New Holland. Yeah, it's weird. On a lot of these, you get loads of headers. We've not had that. Oh, we've now got 2 in one day. It's quite strange. Right, so, yeah, we can do it with our pretend little lorry. We can also do that. We don't want the transport wheels because it costs us. Not for any other reason. It would be useful to do the. It would be useful to do the wheels, but unfortunately, we can't do it. Right, and 95. We can afford hands if it's not got any horrible bonuses. 6,907. This is one that has got. Yeah, you can't see the options. Yeah, this can't be done away with. The power is the smallest one. I think 85. Yeah, we should make that back. But we're not going to make a lot from it. Wow, these are big headers. This would have made a nice tractor. But I've got to be honest, we have got a good range of tractors now. As I said, I don't mean we can't have any more, but at this present moment now, where did we stick our truck? Because we could do that. So I'd like to try this with the lorry back. Because I know the O2 Studios one, it worked well with certain lorry backs. Others it scrunched and you couldn't turn. So it'd be interesting to see where the fifth wheel is. As to whether they can... Ooh. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's the same with this. Well, no, it's sort of, well, you couldn't turn it properly, but it's close. Remember not to sell the truck, please. So that does work. Again, not a full lock, but still brilliant. That was a little bit too close. Oh, and that was very too close. As in, like, you hit it. Oh, wow. Yeah, now this I apologise for in advance, because truthfully, you've got to do this long ways, which sort of is a bit almost impossible to do in real life. You could push it a little, but this sort of lets you do things that you couldn't really do, for which I do apologise, because there's no way I'm going to, like, well, that's the thing with this, isn't it? It sort of sometimes reveals the game. But then again, I play this as a game, as in, like, you know, I've never, like, tried not to hide it. But I do try to play as a virtual farmer, playing with an element of realism, as if I'm, you know, being a real farmer. Well, within reason. Some of it's a bit magic-y. Magic's the wrong word, but I know what I mean. I mean, I know headers are light, but even this, it wouldn't... It would be bending and flexing and all manner of things if you sort of did this type of thing, so... Fantastic. And last but not least... Yeah, now this was a good day for the sales. That's what I say, you win some, you lose some. Like that Kong skilled it. Oh, we've only just ordered it though, really. You can't moan just yet. We also will need a stone picker. I know we've got the plough already, but we will at some point. Not seen one yet. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Often see lots of headers. On this one, that's the one. I mean, yeah, I've not seen many. Whereas often you get them like every other day, but it is totally random. Then you might not see them again for ages. Sometimes you see loads of tractors and then you don't. So let's just go down. See, is there room for the slurry yard, or do we need to buy another field to actually place it? Because most of our profit would be the slurry yard. Now we've got way too much equipment on here. Because I think we could easily put the slurry yard on this particular field, but we've got too much stuff in the way. But we can move it. I'm not sure this can move it. No, we need a proper tractor. Let's just see if we could, because we can do that next session, really. Just as... No, we do need it at the front of the field, because it's like more level. I think it can go there. It's just, it's going to be big. It's always been a monster, but it is brilliant. Mr. B has been my partner all the way from FS19. Yeah, no, I think it will do it. Yeah, just literally by the skin of our teeth. So yeah, that's... we should do that next session. So we are up to 277, though we're going to spend 50 grand very shortly on that. Maybe more, because we're going to have to level it, or it's going to rise, or whichever. I think probably we might be best to level it in advance, I would say, like from this point. So it's going to be a huge step in the field. The trouble is the road runs up. Not sure what the best thing is to level from the middle of the field, so there's a bit of a step going down. So there's quite a hill at this end, perhaps, might be better. Otherwise it's going to be a huge, and then the road is going to have a huge drop down here if we do it the wrong way, because it's quite a hilly field. I'd imagine this one likewise is. It's a little bit flatter, but only like halfway down. So how much is field 2? That's quite reasonable, actually. That, I mean, yeah, that really is real. Now, obviously, that's not just a field. We can't forget this. Yeah, obviously, all of these like this, like bits of land, almost like forestry. Some of it, like I mean, that's like an orchard, and that's also like an orchard. I'm sure you're supposed to be able to buy these. I think the map, it's got to be really new, and I've missed it. And obviously, I went in and thought, oh, an English map. That's, well, Welsh, really. But yeah, a great British map. with hedges and horrible corner lanes and all that type of stuff. But it's a reminder of home, isn't it? Like a lot of Americans only play American maps. No, I don't do that, but I do like my English maps, even though the most horrific maps to play. It is a reminder of home. Right, so up to or down to £277,913. We have got a shed load. If we no, it won't show us the proper price. It will just show us that we've got nearly 700,000 litres of digestate, which is our only product. When we put Missy B's down, that will be worth a lot of cash. Even on hard economy, it'll still be worth 300 grand, something like that. It would be worth 600,000 if we were on a normal economy, but it still is going to bring in a pretty penny, which means we can probably, I'd like to aim for the farmyard. I'm not sure whether fields would be more, because we've sort of adopted this as our farmyard. It might be better to, now the gate for this is in here. I didn't notice that, but I would say there's probably a second gate leading down here, which will be quite useful for us, although it's a bit of a trek to do that. I think it's probably just as quick to go that way. But there's also field 4 opposite, 150, field 6, which is 142, and field 99, which should be considerably more. Yeah, that's more than we could afford, but not when we've got some cash. I mean, I've got, yeah, it's true. We have got the harvester at the minute, the vegetable harvester. That's not a bad thing to go into. That could be quite, even the soup factory is a simple one that I really like. That's an option. So in that case, we would want to be going probably for, I mean, yeah, 4's not bad. 4, they're actually good value. And you look at 99, 2.5, 5.25. So it is double that. So that would be 300 grand. Yeah, that's about right then, isn't it, really? And it's a nice shape as well. I think we don't get any extra. No, you don't. It's all just the field. Now, that's got a tiny weeny bit of like green tinge just around the edge of that. Whereas nearly all of them have literally, I mean, that actually does look like you get a right away. Yeah, that's strange because ours, and it's weird because it does look like you're supposed to get the headland, but it will not let me put anything on that headland at all. Or is that, I'm not sure. It's a bit hard to tell, but if that's the edge of the field, then that's a headland, but it will not let you build on it. So maybe there's a few little glitches with it at the minute. But anyway, no matter what, all that remains to be said, these are problems to sort out in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey, on this lovely map, definitely. And I'm going to say, did we check the sales? Yeah, we did. I thought we did. I was just, it blurs a little bit for me when we do this travel forwards, backwards. Yeah, like, did I look? Because I did miss it. I had missed it before, like with this, so I don't like to miss it. So, yeah. Goodbye for now.